Massive signals are flashing in crypto and in the macro markets as we speak. It is 7:46 p.m. It is Sunday, August 25th. This is a crypto market update, Sunday markets look ahead, and how this week, potentially into the end of summer and the rest of this year, could play out. If you're new here, subscribe with the notification bell, leave a like and a comment, and you're going to want to join the Discord. The link to the Discord is in the bio because I'm keeping people updated in the market updates channel in there in real time when anything changes in the charts or if everything's on track. I'm keeping people updated in that channel. As you can see here, if we go up a little bit, this is back August 21st. I post some market update videos like this one in there, and then, you know, potential fake breakdown to a Punsky. Let's see it. That was when Bitcoin was 60K. Another video talking about others' dominance and how this took 1,300 days previously. So from this yellow line to this yellow line, and from this one to this one, it was about 1,250 days, and this is others' dominance. So blow off top incoming, basically saying that, hey, we're ready to rattle as far as altcoins go, and as far as the crypto market, the time analysis plus the trend line as well too, looking very eerily similar, plus that retest back down on it, and now we're actually at 10%. So we're starting to chug our way on up there. And I'm keeping people updated in there in real time based off of that. So join the Discord because this channel is invaluable as far as real time analysis. When right before the Fed meeting, when Bitcoin is at 61K, outline the scenarios even on a micro time frame, the 7 days. Yeah, the anchor in the middle, 7 days, bang, we started to go, and that's where actually we're at right now. So let's go into right now as far as Bitcoin goes, because Bitcoin's at $64,251. We actually just saw a spike up to around 65K, and we're getting rejected right now, which is definitely expected because we have a gap that we need to fill. So I'm kind of glad that we're seeing this come down right now, because I'd rather see this gap get filled sooner rather than later. And it looks like we may be coming down to fill it, which will be awesome for us to then continue the pump ski to the upside. So we need to see Bitcoin come down to around 64K flat, 63,900, and we'll fill this gap here. If I hide the indicators, you can see clear gap right there. I'd like to see us come down, fill that, so then we can keep on going up here. So I wanted to make sure that was on your radar, as well as we have two lines here. This horizontal yellow line is the gap, and then this horizontal white line is what I like to call the white flag. Because once we break up above there, hold that support, ideally on a weekly candle body close, we could be gearing up for a move to new all-time highs, and the bears are going to have to wave the white flag. Because if you look, we have this macro of 786, so this horizontal white line is right at that 786 here, which is the high down to the capitulation low. We have that 786 there, as well as if we go to the weekly chart, that's our 21-week moving average there as well too. And usually in bull markets, we hold above that level as support. And we actually broke down from that level back in June, broke down, had a fake out back above it, and now we're struggling, or now we're trying to get back above it and hold that support again. And we actually found support on it back in May as well too. We found support on it back in January of this year. So that's going to be the key line in the sand for us to break above, as well as the 786. Hold with weekly candle body closes, see the TSI cross up above that zero line, see the stock RSI cross up, and confirm above the horizontal white line here to know that we're in for new all-time highs in the blow off top. Because as you can see here, we got rejected on the stock RSI right at that horizontal white line. It's the 50 line. So it's not confirmed, in my opinion, until we can get above this 50 line. Because as you can see right back here, in October last year, we had the stock RSI cross up, TSI cross up, got through that 50 line, bang, that was the start of our move. Until we see us get above this 50 line on the stock RSI, see the TSI cross up in tandem, see this pink start to come up, blue start to come down, and us have weekly candle body closes above the white horizontal line, that's when we can get excited, because we know the blow off top is incoming. So that's what I'm watching as far as Bitcoin goes. We have the RSI at those same levels as well too, like back here. And in my opinion, we could be gearing up for the final move in crypto and Bitcoin especially, which would take us up first level around 87K, and then 124K is what I'm targeting. And actually in the Discord, I kind of outlined some levels as well too, as far as that goes for Bitcoin. It's the same pattern repeating. So same pattern, the cycle is constantly repeating. Red shaded is the same pattern, but just mirrored. We're at a stage in the macro for a break from the sideways consolidation. And we saw that. So I remember covering when we were making videos 2023, how what happens on the left happens on the right, but we're in a bear here. We switched to a bull. If you literally folded this pattern over, it would exactly be the same as this time-wise and kind of how it looks-wise, like the moves here. So like this to that, and then we have our pop-up, this is our pop-up, and then the sideways, another pop. So like it's exact same thing planning out. We had the same thing happen here as well too. I had the fractal pattern outlining it of this, and we're at that stage where by, you know, in September, we should see a pop to new all-time highs. And then into the end of this year, potentially Q1 of 2025, see that blow off top. So I have the green zone, 87 to 104K for the first level, 104 to 124K as the, you know, medium level, and then the hot level of 124 to 160K of where this could bring us before ultimately Bitcoin topping. And then others, dominance as well too. We'll cover that and we'll go into others now. So that's what I'm watching for as far as Bitcoin goes. For a macro analysis, looking at the lower time frames like the 12-hour chart, and why this horizontal yellow line is such a key level. It's the gap, but as well as we have the 12-hour 200 SMA moving average there. On the daily chart, we actually have the 1-day 200 MA coming there, and on the daily chart, we actually have the pi cycle MA there as well too. If I pull that up, you can see that this dark red line right here is holding at that level as well too. So we have a lot of confluence of support here around 63.3K to around 64K. And so we really need to hold that as support. If anything, if we did come down, I'd only like to see a wick to touch the 1-day 50 moving average around like 62-ish K, but immediately get bought back up. I don't want bodies of candles closing below there, especially at this stage. So looking at the 12-hour chart, yep, we're right above it right now. We're just squeezing back and forth. I want to see that gap filled. But now let's go to others. So going on the weekly chart for others, we need to see this confirm the cross up. Same with the TSI, same with the stock RSI. We actually have a 1 week prepare to buy soon signal. I'm holding on the 1 week 200 moving averages as well too down here. And we're actually at this 786 right now. We actually came up to tap it, but we need to break above it around 225 billion. So then we can come back up to test a macro 786, like from this high down to the low. Then we can come up to around 300 billion and see if we can break up above there. But that's what I want to see. Momentum match up in tandem. TSI, stock RSI come up, and really the pink and the blue to cross again. The blue is in control, so it's bearish, but we have signs of a break coming, like this trend line coming down as well too, coinciding with that 786. If we can break above there, we can move up fast, especially if Bitcoin's taking out those key levels and then coming back up to retest 6970K. So looking at others on a shorter time frame, like a 3-day chart, you can see we have the momentum coming up. That's all good, but we really need to see the pink get above the blue. We've tried many times in the past, basically since summer started, to do that, and we've failed each time. But if we can do that, then we'll probably break above the trend line as well too, because we've been failing at the trend line each time, and we've been failing for the pink to get above the blue. If we can see this actually cross and get up, then we'll see that pink cross above the blue, stock RSI confirm through that 50 line, which we are right now on the 3-day chart, as well as that TSI can come up, looking like it did a little W double bottom, and then we can start to march back up above the 0 line in the TSI. And then if we can hold and keep going forward with a break above this trend line, then likely the next short-term caution level for others is around 235. Daily chart, we're getting close to breaking above that 0 line. I'd like to see a little more oomph out of this to really break confidently above this trend line that we started since back in May. I need to see a little more. I want to see that MACD go green on the 1-day, 2-day chart. It's looking pretty good. In my opinion, not financial advice, I think it's really feeling like it's time to go from a time analysis and kind of the signals that are flashing. Even looking at the 4-day chart, how we're having a cross up on that TSI. We haven't seen a cross on the TSI since the top in March, at the very top on others. So the last time we crossed here was March 18th. We crossed down. We tried to cross back up, couldn't each time. 1, 2, third time's a charm. We're crossing just like how we crossed back up here in June last year, late June. And that was really the bottom back here before, going and setting it up in a big way. And we're actually seeing a 4-day buy now flash right now as we speak. Last time that we seen that was back here in June of last year before doing our big rally. So things are looking good, but we need a little bit more so we can have the 5-day, the 6-day, with a 6-day prepare to buy soon as well too. In the 1 week, have the confirmation signals come in, cross up with the momentum, and for us to really turn this train back around to the upside. So that's that. Let's go back to the Discord because there's a couple more things that I had said here. Nailed the scenario as well too before Jackson Hole. We popped right up to that level that where we're at right now. If we go down, I said looks like the upward scenario pan out right on time. Likely see sideways here for the rest of the day, potentially through the weekend on Bitcoin until Sunday today. Ideally, that's the best case scenario too, so we avoid any gaps lower. Thankfully, we didn't go up too high this weekend, so there's only a small gap to the downside. If we can fill it real quick, then we can get back on our way to the upside. But yeah, so have a good weekend. Bitcoin just hit the macro 786 at 64,231. We saw a rejection at that level. Likely we come back down, yep. But what I wanted to show was the swing trade anomalies daily chart. Time to keep an eye on this for outperformers on high time frames going into the blow off top. Right now there's only 3: Tron, Sun, Velo. Tron ecosystem leading the way with 2 out of 3 right there. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say we likely see some AI coins next. Keep on your radar to know best coins to hold spot plus hit on swing levies going into the next phase of the market. Because I remember last year, Solana and AVAX and Render in the early stages flashed some high time frame anomalies, and they were some of the highest outperformers in the first phase of the market, the bull. So, and on the 12-hour chart, we already started to see, we actually had the weekly candle close happening. We're having a ton of signals flashing to the Discord right now. That's what that noise was. But the 12-hour anomalies, you got Stacks, you got XCN did one, you have Render, right? You have FET, you have Audio, AVAX, Algo, GRT, so AI coins, FET, GRT, Render. So we're starting to see a narrative and kind of momentum building in other sectors of the market, memes, AI, and Tron ecosystem as well too. So keep that on your radar for Stargate VIPs. If you go to the resources channel, you throw up the anomalies only screener like I have right here. Just go to a 12-hour chart, higher time frames. We use it for the day trade, but you can use it for swing trade and high and long-term investing as well too. So 1-day chart, you can see it. Tron, you have the, where is it at? 12-hour STX, just flash another one. Let's see if there's any others here. GRT, Audio, yeah. So same ones basically, but Stacks just flashed another one. So keep that on your radar. Bitcoin with that weekly candle close. Let's just finish it off by checking that stock RSI here. And we got to cross up, but we need to see further continuation above that 50 line and some follow through. Let's look at the 2-week chart. Crossing back down, actually, we need to see that momentum from this week continue into, from last week continue into this week, so we can really start to see this TSI turn around on the 2-week as well too. So that's what I'm watching, guys. I will see you in the Discord. Link is in the bio for that, and I'll see you guys in the next video.